Hi everyone, it's Heather from Crafts Lesson Learning. If you're looking for a simple craft that's easy to set up and still feels meaningful, this is a really nice one to keep on hand. It works well on days when you want something calm and creative without a lot of prep work. I like using something like this during spring or bug themes, but honestly it also fits into just regular craft time. It's one of those activities you can pull out when you need a quiet reset or something that keeps kids focused a bit. A helpful way to use this is to let your kids go at their own pace. You don't have to rush through it or finish it all at one setting. Sometimes it works best to let them color one day and maybe assemble the next, especially if you have younger kids. It takes the pressure off and makes the whole experience a lot more enjoyable. Another thing that works really well is setting it up as a low help activity. Once kids understand what to do, they can work pretty independently, which is really helpful if you're juggling multiple kids or trying to get something else done nearby. You can also break it into really small steps. Even just focusing on coloring first, then cutting, and then putting it together later can make it feel a lot more manageable for kids who get overwhelmed easily. You can also make it a little more personal without adding a lot of extra work. Let them choose their own colors and small details, or even come up with a name for their bear. Some kids will even start creating little stories around their craft, which is really fun. If you want to turn it into a light learning moment, you can just talk while you're working. Things like where honey comes from and what bees do, or even simple questions like what their bear is doing or where it's going. It keeps things natural and doesn't feel like a lesson. Another easy idea is to pair this with something you're already doing. It works really well after a story, during a theme day, or even after outdoor time if you've been talking about bugs or nature. It helps to connect everything without needing extra planning. You can stretch this into a little routine. Maybe crafts like this come out at the same time each week, or it becomes your go-to activity during a certain part of the day. Kids tend to settle into that rhythm really quickly, and it makes transitions a lot smoother. And if you want to get a little more use out of it, you can turn the finished craft into something fun. Hang them up, make a small display, or let your kids show them off to their family members. That part always makes it feel a little more special and gives them something to be proud of. If you'd like to use this with your kids, you can grab it through the link in the description below. And I'd love to know, do your kids like doing crafts all in one setting, or do they like to spread them out? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more crafts, laughs, and learning. If you're working on both tracing and cutting skills, this is a really easy way to practice both without needing a bunch of different activities. It keeps things simple, but still gives kids that hands-on practice they need. I like using this in short, relaxed sessions. You don't have to do every page at once. Just a couple at a time works really well. It keeps kids from getting frustrated and helps them stay focused a little longer. A helpful tip is to let kids trace first, then go back and cut on the same lines. That extra step actually builds a lot more control, and it gives them a chance to slow down before they start using scissors. You can also let them choose how they want to do it. Some kids like markers, some prefer crayons, and if you laminate the pages, dry erase markers work great too. For cutting, start with slower, thicker lines, and this can really build confidence. This works really well as a quiet time activity, something to keep on hand for transitions, or even just when you need a quick reset. It's simple, but it keeps their hands busy in a really productive way. And if you want to make it a little more fun, you can turn it into a small challenge, like seeing how carefully they can cut and stay on the line, or having them trace with their finger first before the scissors. If you'd like to use this with your kids, you can grab it through the link in the description below. And I'd love to know, do your kids enjoy tracing more or cutting more? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more crafts, laughs, and learning. If you're looking for something simple that adds a little fun into your day, this is a really easy one to use. It's light, it's playful, and it's something kids can come back to again and again. I like using little joke books like this during quiet time, after reading, or even just as a quick reset during the day. It gives kids something they can do on their own, but it also naturally turns into something they like to share and laugh together with. One way to make the most out of it is to let kids really make it theirs. They can color it, flip through it, and pick their favorite jokes to tell. You can even let them perform a joke for your family. It turns into a little fun moment without needing to plan anything extra. Another easy idea is to build it into your routine. You could do one joke at snack time, one before bed, or even start the day with one. It's such a small thing, but it really adds a nice rhythm kids look forward to. You can also leave it somewhere else they can grab it, like in a basket or a folder. Kids naturally will go back to it, reread their favorites, and start remembering them on their own. If you would love to use this with your kids, you can grab it through the link in the description below. And I'd love to know, what kind of jokes do your kids laugh at most at your house? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more crafts, laughs, and learning. If you're doing any kind of reading time with your kids and want something that keeps them thinking without it feeling like work, this is such a fun way to do that. I really like using these pages after we finish a book, especially during themed weeks. If you're doing a bee unit, spring theme, or even just reading nature books, this gives kids a simple way to talk about what they read without needing a full worksheet. One thing that really works is keeping it super relaxed. You don't have to fill in every section all at once. Sometimes we can just talk through one box, like their favorite part, and then come back later for the rest. It keeps it from feeling overwhelming and actually makes them want to share more. It's also great for different ages. Younger kids can draw their answers, and older kids can write more detailed thoughts. And if you want to stretch it out a little, you can turn it into a conversation. Ask why something was their favorite or what they would change about the story. Another fun idea is keeping these pages in a little folder or binder so your kids can look back at all the books they've read. It turns it into something they're really proud of over time. If you'd like to use this with your kids, you can grab it through the link in the description below. And I'd love to know, do your kids like to talk about the books right after they read them, or do they need a little time before they share? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for spending a little time with me today, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more crafts, laughs, and learning.